Smokehouse by Briar Works. This is a Virginia. It contains Virginia's Orientals, dark fired Kentucky, and Latakias. And we will be smoking it out of our Peterson 303 system pipe. This is the Zippo edition. Let's get it opened on up. Very smoky. So I like these Briar tobaccos because they come in jars, so you don't have to jar them up. All right, so you get a pungent, sour, smoky smell out of here. It's moist. Flakes. Yeah, it smells even more smoky if you smell the actual tobacco close up. You still get that pungent sour, but mostly like a smoky burnt wood. All right, let's get this broken apart and load it up. So I missed a video last week because I'm in school now, so I got a lot of schoolwork last week. And it was just too hot to come in the afternoon. I do these in the morning so that it's not so hot. And by the time it was the afternoon, it is, oh, there's a stem in there. By the time it was the afternoon, it was just brutal. I think it was 110 last week, most of the week. Maybe a little bit below that, but not much. All right, so. Yeah, I smell leather too, but I think that's my my little dish right here, because this dish is leather. But it is predominantly just smoky, like burnt wood smoky. Anyways, the classes I'm taking are photography and two-dimensional art. If anybody's interested in that stuff, I can make videos out of that too, because there's a lot of stuff we're doing. And I've got a lot of work that I've done that I could just take video of. But I mean, it's schoolwork, so. All right, so yeah, this is moist. I do believe Smokehouse is the newer of the Briar Works. So I think this is probably only like a month or two old. Maybe a little bit more than that, but. Oh, there's on the bottom. It's from June, the end of June. So 3 months old. All right, let's see here. Okay, the dry draw is a raisin. It's not, I don't taste anything smoky. Maybe a tiny bit of smokiness that I taste in there, but it is mostly raisins that I'm tasting on the dry draw. All right, let's get it lit on up. Okay, so the initial light, it's not a smoky puff, but it's very smoky in my mouth, like the burnt wood smoky. But it was mostly grass or hay that I was tasting off of the initial light. It smelled pretty good. It's completely out now. The dry draw is still, after it's lit, is still pretty much just raisins. But I do have a smoky taste in my mouth. And it's kind of like it's kind of chalky in my mouth right now also. All right, let it get it tamped down and really going. And I used 3 flakes. I had a little bit left, so probably a quarter left, and still a little bit of tobacco right there. So 3 flakes is enough to fill a pipe. Okay, you really taste the sourdough. But when I was lighting this and puffing and breathing through my nose, it was kind of like a, the best way I could describe it is like a powdered sugar smell that I was getting off of it. It's very smoky in here now. It smells smoky. Okay, you get the pencils, the pencil shavings. Especially when you're puffing and breathing through your nose, you get those pencils. It's still a smokiness in my mouth right now. It's mostly pencils, so mostly Latakia that I'm tasting in here. But you do get a sour, when you're puffing, a sourness on your tongue. There is a little tingling. And there's like a tingling on the top of my mouth and the back of my tongue. So it's not very spicy, like hardly any spice, but there is some type of spice in there because it is tingly on both. The chalky film in my mouth is gone now though. It smells really good coming out of the pipe. It's very mild at this point anyways. We're still at the top. Okay, so as you tamp it down, the spicier it gets. So the spiciness is on the left side of my tongue, top of my mouth, and the back of my tongue. Okay, for the retrohale, on the back I get like a pine. On the front, it's more of like a dough. I don't think it's sour though. Okay, actually it's the whole retrohale is pine. The dough that I was getting was when I was puffing. So when you're puffing, you're getting a dough, and then when you retrohale, you're getting your pine, so earth or wood. So it's kind of like a doughy pencil when you're puffing and breathing through your nose. I still do get also that, the only way I could describe it is like powdered sugar. It's sort of a sweet, but the word that I want to use is like fluffy, a sweet fluffy smell that comes through. Now the tobacco is not sweet, but that's just the smell that I'm getting off of it. Smoky too, by the way. Don't think this isn't a smoky smoke, because it is very smoky smell. It's not a thick smoke in here though. I do have the garage door cracked, but when I say smoky, I'm talking about the smell of it. And you know, you get like the dough taste also on the aftertaste, and a little bit of nuts. You get like, it's either almond or walnut that I'm tasting. A doughy almond walnut on my aftertaste. And it smells really good when there's no ammonia in here, so it doesn't burn your nostrils. You know, it smells like sourdough, the lit tobacco. It smells really good. It's, we're not half yet, but we're about to the half. And it is still spicy, but the smell that I wanted to describe was sweet, smoky sourdough. I think my wife is awake, so let me get her out here. Maybe she'll be able to say what this smells like. She's probably gonna say smoky because it's dark fired, but it's very mild through the top anyways. All right, hold on, I'm gonna go grab her. All right, she's coming.
maybe I could tolerate inside.
Does it smell like anything?
You can't pinpoint something specific. What do you think it smells like?
I taste dough, smoky, and sweet.
Oh, now that you say dough. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like what kind of dough? Like a sourdough? Like a sweet dough?
No. Just like passing by Subway. So it's like a variety of breads probably.
Okay, so like Subway. All right, thanks. All right, so very bready. She said a variety of doughs, so I think it's like a sweet, sour, smoky dough, but it's definitely dough. She said she could probably tolerate it inside, so it might be an inside smoke, but it is very smoky. So I personally wouldn't smoke this inside, I don't think, but the non-smoker said it doesn't smell bad, so. And it burns pretty well, by the way, because I just tamped it when I got back out here and it was still lit. All right, let's get this book started because we are, if we're not at the half, we've got to be pretty close, so. All right, so we are doing Briar Works, which I believe is Cornell and Deal tobacco. And this is called Smokehouse. And it's got Virginia, Dark Fired Kentucky, Latakia, and Orientals. No flavorings that I know of. It is that's a flake, I believe, right? And it is mostly smoky for the tin notes. A little bit of sour, and it's musky or pungent. So kind of like a stinky. You know, it kind of gives you a dental office smell too, like when you walk into the dentist, like from coming out from fresh air into the dental office, that smell that's in the air, it kind of smells like that also. All right, so it's mild as of now. I don't know the Nick strength. Room note, I'm gonna say it's pleasant. She said she could tolerate it inside, but I'm gonna say not inside, because I don't think this is an inside smoke. The moisture is moist. It is in a jar, which I really like because you don't have to buy mason jars. And like this is like a for real legit jar that you would buy. It's got the seal and everything. All right, and we will get to tasting in a minute. Okay, when you bring it back up, it's burnt toast. Burnt toast, and I would say like wet grass. That's with hardly any smoke coming off of it. Your breath's not gonna stink either. It kind of smells like, I actually think my breath smells like Subway, like she said. You really, really get the pencils when you're tamping and puffing. It's still mild. This is past halfway. The spiciness it's very tolerable spicy, but you do have a spiciness on your tongue, and it's really in the top back of my mouth. Like it's like a tingling spice back there, which I don't think any tobacco's ever done that to me. But there's like a tingly feeling in the back top of my mouth. All right, and then the faster you puff this, the more spicy it gets. It's still not a very bad spice though, so it's a mild spice, but it does, the faster you puff at this, the spicier it does get. All right, we are past the halfway, so we are going to get this book started. All right, so you're for sure getting a smokiness out of there. In the beginning, I was smelling like a powdered sugar. You for sure get the pencils or the pencil shavings, and you get a very mild spice, and you get some pine on your retrohale, and you get a a dough for sure. So some type of bread. But I think it's like a smoky sourdough sweet bread. That's what I would relate it to. But the wife says Subway, so I'm gonna write both of those. So Subway bread. And when she said Subway, it was more of like when you walk into the Subway restaurant, the whole restaurant smell that you get. But it's also sourdough and sweet smoky bread. I remember I was getting raisins in the beginning, but it's now like a wet grass is the best way that I could describe it. And then that tingly feeling in the back of my mouth is still there. All right, I think that's it for right now. We'll write more in there if we get anything else. It does smell pretty good. The longer that I'm sitting in here smelling it, the better it does smell. So maybe I would smoke this in the house. I don't smoke in the house, but it does actually smell pretty good in here. So this is at the bottom. I thought I just smelled citrus there. Let me see if I can get that again. No. But I did think I smelled citrus, so you might get a little bit of citrus out of here. All right, so we're at the bottom. If you slow retrohale, it does have a little bit of a burn. Actually, even if you don't slow retrohale, on the bottom, your retrohale is like a burning sensation. All right, well, we gotta be pretty close, so we're gonna get it cleaned out. It smells really good. It smells like wine a little bit. The smoke wafted off here. So I had probably 10 minutes left. Because there's a lot of tobacco here, but we've been going at this for 35 minutes already, so. But yeah, I would say probably I had 10 minutes left on this. All right, well. Today we did Smokehouse by Briar. And we smoked it out of our Peterson system pipe. This is the Zippo 303. This pipe does come with a, if you were to buy, I bought this estate, but if you were to buy this new, it comes with a Zippo lighter in the gift box. All right, I would give this a 4 out of 5. It's pretty tasty. So if you are a English guy, you would for sure like this. I taste more pencils than I do sourdough. I do taste sourdough, by the way, but more on the English side to me than on the Virginia side. If you like mild, smoky Virginias, you'd for sure like this. If you like Englishes, you'd for sure like this. It's very mild to me though. It's got a tiny bit of spice on there. And the spice does a weird thing in the back of my mouth, which it's still doing right now, where it's just tingling up there. So it's got something in there, something chemical in there that's burning the top of my mouth, but it's tolerable. It's not anything uncomfortable. But yeah, this is pretty good. So if you like Virginias and if you like Englishes, you'll for sure like this one, so get it. I'm pretty sure they sell this everywhere. Like literally, I think everywhere sells this. Any website you go to. I haven't been to my brick and mortar for a few months, but I'm pretty sure they would carry this too. It's Cornell and Deal tobacco, so. All right, anyways, it is starting to cool off. It's about 80 right now. I think it's 6:45 in the morning, maybe a little bit past that. So smoking jacket coming in a few weeks probably. I'm sweating now though. I don't know if you can see that. It is still very hot, but in the mornings it's starting to get a lot more tolerable. Anyways, I'm in those art classes, so if you want to see that type of stuff, let me know. I'll put videos up on it, because I got to take pictures and everything of everything that I do, so it's halfway done anyways. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, and bye.